Hey, it's Old Man Coffee. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you watched my last video, this one right up here, you know we talked about the importance of purified water when traveling in an RV. Especially if you're boondocking and you're not sure if your water source contains any bacteria. Well, this unit right here is your answer. This is a reverse osmosis water purifying unit. What I'm going to do today is unbox it, go through the steps of setting it up by the owner's manual, and then we're going to do some water testing to see just how well this unit purifies water. So let's get into it. Well, I've read the manual completely, so the first thing I need to do is to charge the unit up. And I've got this portable power supply. This one happens to be an EBL. The company actually sells a portable power supply, so check that one out. The unit comes with a C-to-C, USB C-to-C wire, which I could use because there is a C connection right down here. But the instructions say that it will work with a USB to C connection. So you can do it either way. I'm going to go ahead and use the USB to C connection. So let's get that hooked up. So I'll plug in the USB and then plug in the C connection into the unit and turn on the power supply and turn on the DC side of it. So it's charging at a rate of 13 watts using the portable power supply. Well, it's been a couple of hours and the green light is showing on the unit, so it's fully charged. Well, the first thing we need to do before we use the unit is to remove the wrapping. Now I've got the hybrid filter and the reverse osmosis filter. Then we open it up, and And you can see in here that it's marked with the hybrid filter on this side over here and the reverse osmosis filter over here. And we'll install the RO filter first. Doesn't matter which one you do first. And line it up until it falls down just a little bit. And then you push down hard and turn it till it locks. And that's where this tool comes in handy. Put it on here and turn it till it locks in place. And the same with the hybrid filter. Set it in there. It drops down a little bit. Push it down. And then turn it until it locks. Now they're locked. There's a little arrow right here on top. Little arrow right there. And there's a little lock indicator right there showing that it's locked. Okay, so now that the filters are installed, I'll close the lid. Now over on this side is where you connect the drinking water and the domestic water, what they call domestic water outlets. Okay, alright, we've got the white drinking water tube and plug it in to the white. Now one thing I found out, if you pull on this, it won't come out. This is really in there tight, right there. But if you push on this around the outside of this ring right here, push down, then it comes out. It's a type of locking mechanism they have there. Now we've got the blue domestic water. Push that one in, and to get it out, just pull it out like that. Otherwise, it won't come out. It's nice and tight, no matter how hard you pull on it. Believe me, I tried. Now we need to hook up our inlet. And the inlet's right here. And here's the inlet tube. It's pretty long. I'm not sure how long it is, but it's pretty long. So we'll cut this little zip tie right here and then open this up. And this is pretty long, so you could put it in a pond or a lake, or in my case, the Colorado River, to get water. You lay that down and lay this filter down in there, get your water from your water source. Now one thing I discovered, the inlet connector has one of these push and release. If you put it in like that, it won't come out. You push it and it comes right out. Screw that in and then just connect the hose like that. Then it's nice and tight. It's in there to stay. Get it out, just push and it comes right out. Alright, before we start the unit, I want to test the water with a TDS meter. Now a TDS meter does not tell you if the water is safe to drink. All it does is tell you the total dissolved solids within the water. The World Health Organization recommends a reading of 600 or less on a TDS meter for safe to drink water, but the TDS meter does not tell you if there's any bacteria in the water, whether it's safe to drink. You have no idea. It just tells you the total dissolved solids. Now the water I have here, this is from the freshwater holding tank, which came from the city. This is the Walmart water that is from a reverse osmosis process. And then this is water from my gray water holding tank. So let's check the TDS, just for the heck of it, on all of these. Turn it on, and it's got a 0 reading right now. So we're going to test the water from the freshwater holding tank. Not sure you can read that, but it's 413. We'll clear that back to 0. And we'll test the reverse osmosis drinking water from Walmart. Now that's reading at 28. We'll clear that. We got it back to 0. Now we're going to test the water from the gray water holding tank. Showing 929. I don't know if it'll hold long enough for me to show you or not. 939. Maybe that'll hold long enough. 939. Now, what I have here is a bacteria test. This will tell you whether the water is safe to drink or not. We know that these two waters are safe to drink. There's no bacteria in these, I'm sure. But what we're going to do is take one of these tests out. And what you do with this is you fill this up, you put it in a dark place for 2 days, and if it stays a yellowish color, then it's safe to drink. But if it turns green, then it's not safe to drink. And I'm going to dip it in some of this water from the holding tank. Shake it up real good. And I placed that in a dark place for 2 days. Alright, well, I've removed the water from here, the drinking water, and all we have now is the gray water from the holding tank, and the tubes are in the 2 containers that I'm using. And so now we'll turn it on, and you have to press and hold this for a few seconds. And I can hear it running. It's very quiet, very quiet. And they say that you need to let it run for about 10 minutes when you're using fresh filters to clean the filters out. So I'm just going to turn it on, let it run. It's drawn water. Alright, well, the machine's been running for a good 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes maybe. And we've got a lot of drinking water here. And I've been dumping out the domestic water as it fills up. I had to switch over to the 3-gallon tank down there because we needed more water, but I didn't have enough water with that little pitcher container. So I'm going to shut it off now, and we're going to test the TDS on the drinking water. Alright, well, we got the TDS meter here. Turn it on, and it's at 0. That comes out alright. And we're going to test the TDS on the drinking water from the machine. Well, it tests out at 57. I'm not sure that's going to come out. 57. So that's good. That's pretty damn good. From over 900 in the TDS to 57. That's pretty good. Now we're going to do a bacteria test on the drinking water to see if it took out the bacteria, and then we'll come back in a couple of days and we'll check the water we took out that was not treated, gray water, and the treated water. Dip this down in here, get some drinking water out, and we'll shake it up real good. And we'll put it up there with the bad water. Come back in a couple of days and see what the results are. Well, it's been 2 days, about 48 hours, and what we need to do is look at the samples. If it's this color, we're good, but if it's this color or any deviation of this color, then it's bad. And we have the two samples. This was the good water, the drinking water sample. This was the bad water sample. Holding tank water without being treated was, I would consider, bad. I certainly wouldn't want to drink it. The important thing is the machine took that bad water of a TDS reading of over 900 down to drinkable water with a TDS reading of 57 and no bacteria. So I'm satisfied. Well, there's one more test I want to perform, and that is taking the water from the freshwater holding tank, running it through the reverse osmosis machine, and see what the TDS level and the taste level is on the fresh water coming out. So we've got quite a bit of water here now, and so I'll shut the machine off. Now I've got a reading of 0 on the TDS meter. We'll test the freshwater holding tank again. That's a 365. 365. So we'll clear the TDS meter. And we'll check the water after it went through the machine. And that's reading 20. Reading of 20. And if I remember right, the bottled water from Walmart was a 27 on the TDS meter. So this is actually better than the Walmart water. Of course, there's nothing like the real test, and that's what it tastes like. It tastes good, real good. Tastes just like bottled water, maybe a little better. So just for the heck of it, I did a little math. And I compared using this machine to buying the equivalent of 600 gallons, which is the low side of what this machine is capable of. It's between 600 and 800 gallons. And purchasing the same amount of water from Walmart in a 40 count case. So each bottle of water in a 40 count case is 16.9 ounces. And 40 of those is 676 ounces. There's 128 ounces in a gallon. Divide that into 676, and you come up with 5.28 gallons per case if you buy a 40 count case. 113 cases for the equivalent of 600 gallons. 113 cases at today's price of $5.36 a case on a 40 count is going to cost you $605.68 for 600 gallons of water. Myself, I think that's ridiculous. So you're probably wondering, well, what's this machine cost? Now, the normal price on this machine is $399. For a limited time, they've reduced it down to $299. If you use my promo code, OMC20, or by using the link in the description below, either way you want to go, I'd rather use the link. You get the automatic 20% discount right away. You don't have to enter it or anything. It automatically does it for you. That's a $59.80 savings. You can get this unit for $239.20. And that includes the 2 filters. And those 2 filters are good for, like I said, 600 to 800 gallons. So for 600 gallons of water through the reverse osmosis machine by ITEHIL, using my promo code in the description below, you're going to save quite a bit of money over the $609 it would cost you if you just went and bought it. Another thing is the convenience. You don't have to plug it in. You just recharge it like you do your cell phone. Same thing. Just recharge it and keep it charged and use it. You can just use it for 1 glass of water or a whole pitcher. So in conclusion, if you like fresh water all the time, then click on my link in the description below and purchase your reverse osmosis machine by ITEHIL for $239.20. You can't beat that. So until next time, this will be Old Man Coffee saying, dream until your dreams come true.